I tried to do this thing live last night here on YouTube, but the internet here in the house got fucking like so low, the connection sucked. So if you tuned in and you couldn't watch the Dean's List, I'm so sorry about that. I promise we're gonna give out some beefy points right the frig now. A Dean Project friggin' dope. A Dean Project friggin' yeah.
Welcome to the Dean Project Show. My name is Munchie, the straight edge Nutcracker. Hit that like as I introduce your high host, Dan Frampton.
Friggin' dope, Munchie.
Friggin' dope, Dan.
Alright, so I've been trying to do the Dean's List live. I think it has a good vibe, you know, when I do it live. It gets a couple concurrent viewers and we all have a good time, we have a good chat. And I tried to do it last night, it didn't really happen. So I just thought I'd do it the classic, the regular, the normal, the traditional way. There was no way that I was going to leave a week in this year without giving out some beefy friggin' points. So without any further ado, let's just see who the YouTubers of the week were this week. At number 10, I'm giving 1 point to Nerdstalgic for his video on Futurama and the term retcon. He also did another video, but I forgot to write it down here, and it was also a pretty good one. Oh yeah, it was about birds of prey. That was a great video too, and he equated it to like a BuzzFeed article. I thought that was a really cool way to review a movie, enough to give him 1 little point. At number 9, we're going to look at one of my favorite sneaker channels, and you know I talk about him here a lot, not really as much as the Brad Halls of the world, but this is Mr. Foamer Simpson, and he reviewed an off-white sneaker. Not an off-white collab with Nike, nuh-uh, this thing was just an off-white, regular old sneaker that you could just buy, okay? I didn't like the sneaker, I thought it was kind of weak and overpriced and whatever, but you know, Foamy kind of liked it, and for that I gave him 2 points. Okay, at number 8 we're gonna go down under and talk about Lewis Spears, and it's been a really tumultuous time in the whole world right now, especially in the United States of America, and Lewis Spears came out with a video talking about like doing something versus doing nothing, the whole black screen thing, the hashtag thing, but he made a really good point about it, and it was really well articulated. And if you want to watch it, I'll leave a link down there in the description, and you'll see why I'm giving him 3 points. At number 7, 4 points are going to a big old debut. We're talking about Blackyspeakz. He is a hip-hop commentary channel. He does it faceless, you know? You can't see who he is. It's kind of video essay kind of style. And I like it, you know, his voice is a little bit monotone though, but I don't really dock him any points for that. It's just kind of his vibe, it's kind of his style. I love what he does out there, and he did a video about Jack Harlow, who's a rapper that's really popping off these days. I haven't really checked out his stuff yet, but I did check out Blackyspeakz' video about it, and I loved it. I loved it enough to give him 4 points. Welcome to the Dean's List. You know that I love Leon Lush. I like his content, I like what he does there on his channel, and it's pretty good for the whole family, you know what I'm talking about? I think there's something that a lot of people can enjoy from Leon Lush's content. It's not just like internet nerdy stuff, he does a lot of really funny, cool things. Yes, he does fall in that kind of umbrella of like Cody Co, wannabe type creators, but I think he does it better than anyone. He's coming in at number 6, picking up 5 points for his video about the Seduction brothers. That's not what he called them, that's what I'm calling them. And they're these like scumbags on the internet that are like, I will show you how to own women. And not only can you own women, you can own them and have them let you own other women. And that's just the way that life works over here with the Seduction brothers. And you can build yourself an empire while owning all these women. Really fucked up stuff, made a lot of good jokes at their expense. If you want to watch that, which I suggest you do, because laughing is fun, isn't it? Scroll on down, the description will be there, and just give it a click. We're halfway through the list, you know the halfway point. Is there another debut? Yes, there is. Big news here on the Dean's List, another debut. Who could it be? Who could it be who's making a debut? I'll give you a hint, he's from the United Kingdom. At number 5, picking up 6 beefy points, we're talking about Amanda the Jedi, and she's out here doing God's work. she's reading the 50 Shades of Grey, and she's getting through it, and she's giving it a review for the people, okay? And for the commitment to this project, I have to give her 6 points. Okay, well, Fantano, Mr. Anthony Fantano, the needle drop, Melon, you know who I'm talking about. He had a big week last week. It was a really sick time to be an Anthony Fantano fan. He did the Lady Gaga review, he did the KSI review, and then he reacted to KSI reacting to the review, and then he had a really fucking spot on Let's Argue. A lot of this is rhyming, and I didn't mean it to. Oh my god, it just continues, and he's getting 7 points. Okay, and number 3, we're getting political. We know it's been a hard time in the United States, and Critical, Charlie, Penguinz0, he came out with a video called Serious Video, and he's so good at articulating a point and just like seeing a situation, giving it a rational opinion, a rational thought, and just moving on with his day. But he ends up summarizing it so well and so concisely, all while saying like tits and ass and all those words that he typically says, mostly about sex toys and that kind of thing. But anyway, he picked up 8 beefy points because it's not only is it hard to talk about in general, but to come on your platform just so quick and to do it so well, Jesus Christ, really, really commend it. And at number 2, it's going to be more of the same. Ethan from H3 did a video called My Experience with the Police, and I thought it was a really raw, really amazing video, and he's picking up 9 beefy points for that. And I know that he got a little bit of backlash because it was like, hey, Ethan, in the past, you racially profiled people before. I know that you had a good experience with the cops and blah, 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 but that's not coming into it. I'm talking about the video. I'm just reviewing the video, not any of that fucking hearsay, not any of the drama surrounding it. And I think that that's really fucked up. That leads me to another point. I think it's crazy now that the YouTubers are policing the community so hard that they're just looking for any sort of hypocrisy to jump on, even when it's a good message is trying to get out there. They're looking for any way to be like, look, H3, look, Ethan is a bad guy because he said something that contradicts something that he just said in his video, rather than just sharing his video and spreading that message. I don't know why it has to turn into YouTube drama, click fucking driven bullshit all the time, and just let them do a good video. Yes, it does kind of seem like a political move, but it's a political issue. And us, as the general public, we haven't been as privy to the travesties and the crimes that the black people have experienced. And now that the phones are out there and we're seeing it, there's a lot that we need to look inside of ourselves. There's a lot that we need to learn. There's a lot that we need to do. And I don't think that Ethan should have been thrown under the bus for any reason. Yeah, sure, yes, he might have a lot to learn, and so do I, and so do fucking everybody. And that's why can't we just hold each other accountable in a positive way and be like, yo, Ethan, I know you said that and it kind of contradicts this thing. Maybe you could do this in the future. Yeah, no, that was heavy, a lot to digest here on YouTube. But yeah, you gotta digest it here on YouTube. We're gonna move on now to number 1. And I know number 1, you're gonna think, that must be the debut. I recognize all these names. You're gonna talk about someone that you've never talked about next. They're taking 10 points on their debut. That is huge. Oh yeah, that's really, really big news. Who is it? Who is it? I'll tell you who it is. It's KSI. KSI is a gigantic YouTuber with over 30 million subscribers between his 2 channels. He boxes Logan Paul from time to time. He's gonna probably box Jake Paul. He just put out a fucking rap record that Anthony Fantano reviewed, and KSI, it meant a lot to him, okay? I did a whole video about this video that I'm talking about. It's the last video I did, so just go to my channel and click on the last video if you're interested in hearing more about my thoughts about this. But this was essentially KSI reacting to Fantano's review, which then I reviewed the reaction to the review, and then Anthony Fantano did a reaction to the reaction of the review. It was just a great time to be on YouTube. And so far, I think that this whole KSI Fantano moment in time is the moment of the year of 2020 on YouTube, okay? Yeah. 2020's been so fucked up. Everybody's feeling lots of fucking feelings. With good reason, and good reason, yeah. But at least we have KSI. At least we have Anthony Fantano. And at least they're spreading the message too, in every way that they know how. They're using their platforms wisely, and I love what they're doing out here. They've earned all sorts of beefy points. They earned my respect and my admiration. They should earn yours too. You should know that these guys are so dope. My final thoughts, my final thoughts, my final thoughts. Alright dudes, this is normally the part of the show where I give you like the top 10 of the year so far, but I'm not going to do that this week because not a lot has changed in that top bracket. But Critical just like extended his lead by a huge margin. It's like 2 or 3 weeks worth of beefy points before anyone can even catch up with them. So I don't even know if it's a contest anymore. It might just be in the bag that Critical is the YouTuber of the year, unless we see some huge beefy videos from some huge beefy creators, because I think there's a lot of potential out there on the internet right now. There's a lot of huge returns and like stuff can happen. So I don't think it's by any stretch of the imagination, like a runaway, a sweep, or anything like that. So stay tuned to the YouTube, stay tuned to the Dean's List, and thank you so much for watching this load of horseshit that I call content. If you enjoyed it, just scroll on down and spank a little like on it. That means a whole lot to us. And if for whatever reason you want to like follow us on the social media platforms and whatever else, there's all those links will be in the description. The Dean Project is friggin' dope. Press the like, that's friggin' dope, then subscribe. Oh yeah, friggin' dope. Patreon, Dean Project, friggin' dope. Press the like,